Hey, today I'm just outside the shop installing an auto start-stop eliminator on a 21 through 2025 Ford F-150 truck. I'm pointing to the button where you can turn off the auto start-stop, but it's a pain in the butt because every time you turn the truck on and off, you have to push the button to turn it off. I'll talk more about why I'm installing the eliminator in just a minute. First, let's take a look at the eliminator and the things you need to install it. You don't need much. It's really easy to do. The eliminator that I ordered from Amazon comes with a panel removal tool and the eliminator. I'll put a link to the Amazon page in the video description if you want to take a look at it. The electrical connections on the eliminator match the OEM connectors on the back of the start-stop switch. I'm going to break into the video for a second and show you the Amazon page. Here's a couple of the pages from Amazon. If you watched any other Stiles Automotive videos, you know that I like to use dielectric grease on electrical connectors. It makes them so they're more corrosion resistant, keeps the moisture out of them, and makes it easier to put together and take apart in the future. Alright, so let's get started. We just have to access the back of the switch. It's really quite easy to do. This little plastic piece behind the bezel is what we have to access. To do that, we're just going to remove the rubber pad and then the speaker cover. The speaker cover has 8 tabs holding it on. You just have to pry straight up. Be careful not to break off any of the tabs. At this point, I really wanted to go get a longer panel removal tool, longer pry bar, to get further underneath here. But I wanted to use the one that was supplied with the eliminator for your benefit. Here's what the 8 tabs look like. You can see they stick down quite a bit. You have to line up each of those when you put the panel back on. Now we have to get behind and pry up on this piece that's behind the bezel here. It's kind of tucked underneath this front trim piece. We need to get just one more tab on each side up so that we get more access for the fingers behind here. I'm being really careful because we don't want to break any of these tabs off. Otherwise, these panels may rattle and vibrate in the future. I'm just going to use a block of wood to hold this panel up so I can get my fingers back here. I'm feeling at the back of the switch for the electrical connector, and then I'm looking for that tab. I got a feel for the tab because I can't see it. This is where a little mirror probably would come in helpful, but I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a little tab to press. What you're looking for is on the left side. It goes in there like this, is this little release lever right here. I can get a better view of that. And it just pushes in this way, like that. See how I'm actuating it with my thumb, just like that. And that's the same connector as what's the Ford OEM connector. So you have to get in here and push it right there, then it comes right out. So what I want to do is get a little bit of dielectric grease around here, not on the connectors, but just around here. That'll help it go together and come apart easier the next time, but it prevents moisture from getting on the pins and sockets. So I'm just going to put a little dielectric grease on my finger and spread it around on both of these connectors. And really there's not a lot of moisture up here in this area, but it's still long term. 30 years from now, somebody's going to be glad that I did that for the connector. So then it's a matter of simply plugging the connector in. You have to make sure that the connector is lined up. So you have little tabs on the inside. You probably can't see that, but you can see this. If you turn it this way, you can see the latch side. See how it goes? You can see air through there, you see light through there. That's the latch side, or this side, the left side. It just gets plugged in until you hear a click. And then same thing for this one. This just goes on top of the radio, lays back, and now you got a feel back in here for your connector on the switch. Same thing, and making sure that the latch is on the left side. I'm taking my time and making sure I got this electrical connector lined up. It's going to go together really easy once I've got it lined up, but I don't want to get it in there cockeyed or anything so it bends pins. But so just take your time. I'm going to let this play out in real time. I know it's taken a while in the video, but you want to be careful. It goes. Push it in until you hear a click. And we're gonna start the truck up. Let's back this up just a smidge so you can see my light here. Truck is showing that it's off there. No light here. Okay, so it's kind of backwards, but that's okay as long as it's off when I start the vehicle. Light off, and it's showing off there. So that's, I guess it's working. To try it a few times and see if it's working properly. Okay, let me try to make this a little clearer. After editing the video, I found this Amazon page, and the first two are modes. They describe the two different modes, the memory function mode and the default mode. The second two boxes talk about intelligent shutdown and the dual mode flexibility, which simply means if you hold your auto stop button for 5 seconds, it switches between the two modes. So how they describe the default mode, the start stop function is turned on by default after starting the vehicle. It can also be started manually. Just press your start stop button once. That is not the default for my device. I had the second one here, which is memory function mode, and that's the start stop status is the same as before the last engine shutdown. It can also be manually switched by pressing the start stop button once. Now that's what I ended up with after playing with it for a few times, is that memory function mode is the way mine's set up, which is just fine. It remembers the last status that you had, and I like that. So stock OEM, it's always on. You shut the engine off, and it comes back on the next time you turn the engine off. This product's default mode is if you shut the engine off, then the function is off the next time you turn it on, which is is good too, but I kind of like the memory function mode. It's the same as before you shut it off, your engine off the last time. So I hope that description helps you. Let's get back to the video. Seems to be. So let's get this back together. So you just got to make sure these tabs are lined up. We want to be careful not to break anything. As the vehicle gets older, it gets more brittle. Holding it up there like that for that long kind of deformed it a little bit. Let's get it back in where it goes. And every time you take something apart that's plastic like this, it never goes back exactly the same. And if you break anything, then it never will. It'll rattle. So you're gonna make sure it's pushed back all the way. And then the speaker cover goes back. Make sure all the tabs are lined up. Pushes straight down, snaps into place, and then the pad goes back on. And that's it. Now that concludes the video. If you found it helpful, let me know in the comments, and please subscribe. I look forward to your comments.